Hello and welcome back at the allotment again today, and every year the site on the first day of the new tenancy agreement, which was yesterday, has a skip delivered. So at the moment there's 5 or 6 of us and we're just putting all the junk into the skip. Unfortunately people don't want to be recorded, but I can record me getting rid of some of the junk off my plot. So let's go and get it shifted. We can't do a lot really, it's been raining all day, so we can only get on with what we can do. And tomorrow I've got some more potting on to do, but I've just got a couple of hours now before it goes dark, so I'll get as much done as I can. I've absolutely no idea what's in here, so it could be interesting. There's some lovely big earthworms in there. I imagine this would make reasonable compost, but it's basically mare's tail, bindweed and dock. So I'm not going to put that in my compost bin. So I'm just going to let the worms get back in there. I might put them into the... Yeah, I can't get them out. There's all sorts in there. You can see the bindweed starting to sprout even though it's been covered over. Let's just get it shifted. Welcome back. It's Saturday morning, and thankfully for the first time in a while the weatherman was wrong. He said it was going to be raining this morning, and it's a glorious day. I think it's around about 8 or 9 degrees, but inside the Ponga tunnel with the sun on you it feels a lot warmer. So what we're going to do now is pot on the aubergines. First job is to sieve the compost. A lot of compost that you buy from the supermarkets is full of fibrous material and wood, and you don't really want that. You want the soil to be as fine as you can get it, so it makes it easier for the plant roots to find their way through. So we'll just sieve this. It doesn't look terrible, but it's not the best in the world. Sometimes you get stones and twigs and all sorts in there. I'll just put them on there to make it easier. I have to break my back then bending down. This is a 6mm sieve, which is ideal for the job. You can get finer, but this one's good enough for me. And you can see that's all the... Actually, this is quite good. And all I'll do with that is just put it on the bed. That's perfectly fine. It's quite fibrous, but it's not terrible. There's a couple of bits of wood on there, makes it easier. Actually, for supermarket compost, this stuff's really good. For my tomatoes and peppers, I'll use clover compost, which in my opinion is the best compost you can get. But for just potting on a couple of aubergines, this is plenty good enough. You can hear the stones rattling around. They're only tiny little pebbles though. So that's that sieved. And to that, I'm just going to add a little bit of blood, fish and bone, which is sort of a gardener's standard for fertiliser. Don't need a lot because there should be plenty of nutrients in the compost already. But just a little bit. We get this from the allotment shop. 2.5 kilos, and I think it cost me £2, £2.50, something like that. And we're just going to put three sprinklers in. It doesn't need a lot. You don't want to overdo it. And then I'm going to put some perlite in, which will aid drainage and also hold on to a little bit of moisture. So I'll just go and get that out of the shed, get it all mixed up, and then I'll show you how I'm going to pot them on. We're all ready to start potting on. I'll show you a little trick that I learned a few years ago. I've got a pot, same size as a pot that they're coming out of. I'm just going to fill that with compost. And then I'm going to put a layer in the bottom so that when I pop that in there, it's roughly in line with the top, and then I'll just fill the rest of the container up. As so. A bit too much in there. And now, when I take this pot out, there's a perfect sized planting hole for the plant to go and just take off these bottom leaves because they're dying off anyway. And just put your hand either side of the stem so you don't damage it. Turn it upside down. Little squeeze. That comes out. Pop straight in. It's as easy as that. Try not to get compost all over the leaves if you can. So I shall just get the other 5 done. and then that's another little job ticked off, and they should hopefully be okay in there for 6 weeks, in which point it'll be time to plant them out into the greenhouse anyway. So let's get the rest of them done. So that's the end of this week's video. Thank you all very much for watching. Unfortunately, just after I'd potted on the aubergines, the rain came down, and it's been raining pretty much ever since, so I've not had any time to do anything on a Sunday. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I shall see you again next week with possibly some slightly better weather. It couldn't be much worse if I'm honest. So see you soon.